America's immigration crisis, costs, challenges, and the fight for solutions. A growing crisis. As of mid-2024, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, reported 1.44 million border encounters, reflecting a persistent strain on the system despite shifting policies. Many Americans feel the crisis has worsened under the current administration. Efforts to manage the influx through policies like stricter asylum procedures have done little to address the root causes or alleviate the burden on border communities. Economic fallout. The impact is felt deeply by everyday Americans. Rising prices for essentials, groceries, housing, and utilities have created a squeeze on middle and working-class families. With wages failing to keep pace with inflation, families are forced to make hard choices about necessities. Here's how the immigration crisis amplifies these issues. Food prices. Migrant labor, especially in agriculture, disrupts wages and market conditions. High input costs are passed on to consumers, making items like beef and produce increasingly expensive. Housing crisis. Surges of migrants increase demand for housing, driving rents higher, especially in major cities and border states. Strain on resources. Local governments are left scrambling to allocate resources for migrant shelters, education, and healthcare, often leaving local citizens underserved. Failed leadership. Many Americans feel that the current administration, like its predecessors, has failed to enact meaningful reforms. The lack of bipartisan cooperation has left border security underfunded and immigration processes overwhelmed. Critics argue that policy changes have been reactionary, failing to address long-term solutions or prioritize the needs of American citizens. What can be done? Strengthen border security. Investment in technology, personnel, and physical barriers is critical to managing crossings effectively. Demand real reform. Americans must pressure leaders to pass laws that protect U.S. interests while addressing humanitarian needs. Support local efforts. Citizens can aid organizations helping their communities while advocating for fair use of resources. A call to action. The immigration crisis is not just about numbers. It's about survival for many families, both migrants and Americans. The fight for better policies isn't a partisan issue. It's an American one. This is about ensuring that every empty plate today finds a meal tomorrow, and that opportunities remain for those who pursue them legally and fairly. Only through united efforts can we ensure that the American dream remains within reach for all who truly seek it.